What's poppin', fam goons? Welcome back to my channel for another video. Today we are talking about the low-key classic, the Phantasm. Today we are doing a review of the Phantasm. Yes, there will be spoilers throughout this whole entire video. We fades in on a mortuary, and then our boy is getting his rocks off in the cemetery. Bro's having the time of his life with a blonde. He doesn't know that he's cooked. The blonde pulls out a medieval dagger, and that's all she wrote. Then we got some dope headshots of our villains, or antagonists as some would say. We're shown that the mortuary is called Morningside. Here we meet our main character, Jody. We realize that Jody's here for his boy Tommy's funeral. Tommy is the guy that died in the last scene. We get some great shots of Jody in the mortuary. We're thinking he's trying to kill time, but Jody ends up going to his parents' gravesite. Jody begins to look around and looking a little nervous because he's hearing things scurry around him, but he can't see what it is. So our boy starts being a little nosy, and he ends up catching a cloaked figure run around the corner. And before our boy Jody can comprehend what he just seen, he's startled from behind by an 8-foot undertaker. Jody's looking at him like he ain't never seen somebody so tall in his little town. Now we're introduced to our other main character, Michael, Jody's little brother. Now I'm not gonna lie, he is the best part of this whole entire movie. He's introduced whipping a dirt bike through the cemetery, so it speaks for itself. My boy Michael flooded his carburetor on his dirt bike from whipping it so hard, and he breaks down in the back of the cemetery. And of course, we got something creeping and watching him from afar. While Michael's bike is broke down, he also catches glimpses of cloaked figures. Now, we definitely know something dangerous is in our midst. Jody didn't want Michael coming to the funeral because Michael had nightmares of his parents' funeral for weeks after. He said, "Alright, bet, we'll see about that." Our boy pulls up with the binoculars, defiant as ever. After the funeral ceremony, Jody's all like,
"Hey, I don't like this place. Let's just get the hell out of here."
But our boy Michael was like, "Nah, something's going down here and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it." And we see this 8-foot tall undertaker pick up this coffin completely by himself and put it in the back of the hearse. And we're all like, how'd he do that? Why'd he do that? And where the hell is he going? Michael mouths out exactly what we're thinking. This is when the score starts to amplify and we really see what we're dealing with. The score in this movie really sets the tone and it is absolutely perfect. I can't play too much because you guys know how YouTube is, but you get the gist. It's definitely giving off Exorcist vibes. Michael leaves the cemetery and he ends up linking up with some witches slash fortune tellers, and of course, the vibes are a little off.
Michael, grandmother wants to play a little game.
We got this little black box that appears and it basically jumps onto Michael's hand. This is a scene straight out of Dune. Also talking about how fear is only in your mind.
It was simply reflection. Fear is the killer. That's what grandmother wants you to learn.
Michael came here for his fortune and left with a life lesson.
Don't fear.
The only thing said after this light torture session was,
It was all in your mind.
Oh, yeah.
we're only 20 minutes into the movie and we've already seen 3 times that our main characters are completely oblivious to danger. Michael pays for his torture session and dips out. After Michael told them that there's some weird stuff going on at Morningside, the young girl decided to go explore and find out for herself. Like I said, our main characters cannot sense danger. This girl goes snooping and finds exactly what she was looking for. We link back up with Reggie and Jody. We find out Reggie is the ice cream man of this little town, and they're just here vibing out.
I'm just a sitting here at midnight.
Then we get a close-up of Reggie tuning his guitar. Could be a foreshadowing for something later. Jody ends up sliding out to Dune's Cantina. Coincidence? I don't think so, but we got Michael in tow. I forgot to tell y'all, Michael follows his brother everywhere. Jody leaves from the bar with a blonde that looks strangely familiar. Jody tries to tell her his house is right up the road, but of course, she's got the perfect spot that ain't no one gonna find them. The real question is, why is every guy in this town cool with doing it in a cemetery?
That's spooky, isn't it?
No, it's exciting.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Michael's all lurking around about to see his brother get some, and Michael just seems way too happy about that.
Wow.
Michael's so locked in, he almost didn't hear the growling all around him. Michael is charged by one of those cloaked figures, and this is the first time in the movie where they actually run away from danger. Michael cockblocks his brother in the process. which is kind of good because we all know that he saved his life, because that is the same girl from the beginning. And Jody, being the guy that he is, didn't even care.
Wait here, it's my little brother.
Underwear in his mouth and all. Jody hawks Michael down and is like,
What's wrong with you, man?
so Michael replies,
There's something up there. I know it. I saw it.
Jody's got typical big brother energy.
It's probably just a gopher in heat.
It wasn't any gopher.
Jody's like, you're cramping my style. Take the keys to the V8 and get out of here. Yes, he gave a 12-year-old boy the keys to his V8.
You going home? I'll talk to you when I get back.
That completely changed Michael's mood.
You sure you're gonna be okay?
Get out of here.
Jody was only gone for about 5 minutes, and in that time, the blonde dipped out on him. Later on that night, when Mike is sleeping with a quilted blanket and a cheetah print pillow, he has a nightmare. When people talk about this movie, they talk about zombies a lot, and besides that scene right there, I don't really see where zombies come into play in here. I'm sorry, but that's just me. Next day, we got Michael strolling through town, sucking the hell out of a lollipop. Now, the first time I seen this movie, this was the scene that really caught my attention because this scene is shot masterfully. Michael catches a glimpse of the tall man walking down the street. We got Reggie loading his ice cream truck, and then we have the tall man. Basically, it seems as if he's smelling Michael's fear from across the street. Visibly, Michael is shook to the bone. Later on that night, Michael's under the V8, giving it a tune-up. Again, he starts hearing these little cloaked figures scurrying around the car. The car starts shaking and Michael puts his whole body under it, trying to hide from whatever's out there. In my opinion, you ain't dropping a car on me, so either way, I'm gonna have to get from under that car. But he decided to put his whole body under it. And yes, the car falls on this kid. But you know, Michael being Michael, he's good. He ends up seeing an old school pair of Timberlands, and for some reason, knowing that's his brother, still hits him in the foot. But with a whole car falling, it ain't like you ain't hear that. Come on now. Michael tells Jody,
I believe this, but these things were here, right in the garage, and they were gonna get me.
but again, Jody being Jody, he don't believe him.
Sure wasn't that retarded kid Timmy up the street?
Not only are we like, you're not allowed to say that, and of course, it wasn't Timmy from up the street. Michael's completely had it at this point. Our boy grabs his knife, his Jesus piece, his jacket, and heads out to the belly of the beast. After hopping a fence, crawling through some bushes, doing the 100-yard dash, and busting out a window, Michael's made it into Morningside. At this point, we're really happy for Michael. He really took the situation into his own hands, and he's gonna get to the bottom of it. Or well, at least try. Some groundskeeper caretaker type dude startles Michael, and he's got to hide inside of a casket. Y'all ever play hide and seek and the seeker gets close to where you're hiding at, so you just run for it? That's basically what I would have did in this situation. Michael is saved by the 8-foot-tall Undertaker when he walks in the room. It seems like he has mind control over this dude or something, but he just walks right out without saying a word. Michael pops out of the casket to keep exploring. Michael's out strolling around these corridors like he's supposed to be here. Michael comes across the door that the girl had disappeared in earlier. There's a lot of weird noises coming from this door, so Michael senses danger and gets out of there, only to run into something a little bit worse. Michael sees this little metallic sphere coming at a high speed right for his face, so he has to get to the ground, thinking, hey, I'm gonna outrun this thing. Man, this guy puts our boy in a headlock. A grown man got a 12-year-old in a headlock. This is our boy Michael we're talking about, though. Michael bites Buddy so hard he starts drawing blood from his arm. This guy never learned to duck, and the metallic sphere lodged itself in his head. And y'all know how YouTube is with blood and all. It is safe to say Buddy is cooked and is down for the count. Michael's over here looking like he might have just helped commit murder. This 8-foot Undertaker sneaks up behind Michael, and Michael's like,
Oh shit.
Michael squares up with Buddy, realizing this guy's a mountain, and takes off. We get a chase scene where Michael is running for his life with a few good camera angles. Michael gets away, slamming and barricading a door behind him, Michael not realizing that he slammed the door on the Undertaker's hand, and he took full advantage of the situation. Michael grabs one of the fingers for proof and tries to head out, but these cloaked figures start chasing him, grab him by his foot, and they're having a tug of war, leaving Michael shoeless. Michael makes it out by the skin of his teeth. We got a really cool shot of him running down the road, shoeless, obviously, with a really cool score in the background. Again, I really like the score in the Phantasm. It really makes you feel like you're in a dream. Camera fades out and we open back up on Michael sitting on the stairs with a pump action shotgun. This kid is completely over the top. Jody walks out like he can't catch a break. Jody takes the shotty, unloads it, and Michael's like,
I gotta talk to you.
Michael shows Jody his proof, and finally,
Okay, I believe you.
Michael tells Jody everything he knows.
But I do know one thing. Something weird is going on up there.
And finally, we have a little common sense in this movie.
We're going for the sheriff. Go get your evidence.
All right.
Just forewarning you guys, this next scene is extremely cheesy. It kind of reminds me of Evil Dead, but they go for it. The finger that Michael chopped off from the caretaker turned into a killer fly, or some type of really strong bug. Michael gets the bug in his jacket, and this thing is throwing him all over the house. Jody pops out to help Michael, but this thing starts throwing Jody around the crib too. And then Michael's all like,
The garbage disposal! Go!
my only problem here is a garbage disposal would not eat through a jean jacket. But besides that, in the middle of all the chaos, Reggie shows up.
Hey, guys.
Bug's just sitting in the drain plotting.
Hey, what's going on here?
Bug's like, I ain't done yet. This thing shoots out the drain, knocks Reggie down, and starts to attack Michael. Jody's had enough. He grabs the bug and finishes it off with a kitchen knife. Reggie's all like,
What the hell is going on?
Jody teaches Michael all about gun control.
Now remember, you don't aim a gun at a man unless you intend to shoot him. And you don't shoot a man unless you intend to kill him.
Okay, what else?
No warning shots. Warning shots are bullshit.
Alright, pretty simple to remember. Jody and Michael were gonna go to the cops, but changed their mind once their evidence attacked them. I'm just forewarning you, the cops never get involved. Jody tells Michael to barricade himself in the crib. He's got the 1911, and he's going down to Morningside to check some stuff out.
Now you'll be safe here. Just lock all the doors and windows.
Jody, of course, had to remind Michael.
And don't follow me.
Michael got the audacity to say,
You sure you're gonna be okay with that?
this little dude got some nerve.
Just gonna go up there and take a look around. Nobody's gonna see me.
Michael tells Jody about the busted basement window, and Jody heads out.
Remember that broken basement window around by the side.
And of course, Michael's got to give him that brotherly love.
And be careful.
Like I had said about the Phantasm earlier, the score in this movie is top tier. This is what we're dealing with when Jody slides. And on top of a badass score, this shot right here really reminds me of a shot that we might see in 1978's Halloween. Our boy Jody makes his way to Morningside, does the 100-yard dash, climbs through the broken window, and these little hooded figures waste no time attacking our boy. Two things. If you break into somewhere, you can't go break into that same place next day. Also, this had to be a trap. Also, great shot. Jody remembers he brought his silver 1911 and knows what he has to do. But little hooded dude pops back up like he ain't just get hit with a 45. And we all remember what Jody told Michael earlier, so he had to finish him off. Jody hops out that basement window and takes off. Jody didn't even get past level 1 of the mortuary. Another great shot, Jody in the foreground running and the lights cutting on from the hearse in the background. The hearse is on Jody's heels, so he decides to fire at it. Jody sees a car heading back towards him, and it's none other than our boy Michael coming to save the day.
Get in!
But they ain't get away. The hearse was just doing a U-turn. And this hearse ain't nothing to play with.
Here it comes!
The hearse is hawking him down, but Jody's got an idea, so he's like,
Slow down and let him ride right up on our ass.
the hearse pulls alongside him, and Michael realizes,
There was nobody driving!
and there ain't nothing Jody hates more than a ghost car.
I'm gonna get that bastard!
Jody hops out of the sunroof to do some damage.
Oh, Jesus!
Jody Swiss cheesed the hearse, and it had no choice but to pull over. Jody's all like, Jody and Michael pull back up on the hearse to investigate. They found one of the hooded figures in the car with a tree branch through its head. Jody unmasked the figure, and it's our boy Tommy from the beginning of the movie. Now, I know what I said about the zombie thing. I still wouldn't consider this a zombie because this thing ain't trying to bite Jody or anything like that. Like, these things ain't trying to bite Michael and Jody. I'm feeling like this is more of a reanimated type thing, like a body with a new soul in it or something of that nature. We'll find out a little more later. Jody hits up Reggie for a "you're not gonna believe this" conversation.
Reggie, we got one of them. On Colton in the Groves. Bring your truck.
Reggie was like, "Say less," and pulled up in his ice cream truck to put the body in the back.
You didn't tell me the dwarf was Tommy.
They make it back to Michael and Jody's house with the body in the back. Reggie's walking through the house and gets startled by a lady named Myrtle.
Hey! You boys back yet?
And it's a little strange because this is literally the only time we see this lady in the movie.
Jesus Christ, Myrtle. You almost gave me a coronary.
Group meeting time.
Why they're taking these bodies and pushing them down to half size?
Michael brings up the fact that their parents' bodies could have got stolen also.
What about Mom and Dad?
Jody's like, "Bro, why would you even bring that up?"
Hey, just forget about that.
Reggie has the worst but best plan in the whole movie.
What we gotta do is we gotta snag that tall dude and stomp the shit out of him, and we'll find out what the hell is going on up there.
Reggie's taking it to the streets, and he ain't done.
Yeah, we'll lay that sucker out flat and drive a stake right through his goddamn heart.
At no point did anyone think to call the cops, and Michael literally laughs in Reggie's face.
You gotta be shitting me, man. That mother's strong.
Jody said before they do anything, they need to get Michael out of there to an antique store called Sally's. Now, I'm pretty sure everything in town is closed. We don't even know what time it is, and we don't even know when the last time we've seen the sun. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I really like how they use darkness in the Phantasm. The way that the truck drives away into complete darkness just makes you feel like you're in a dream. Reggie drops Michael off at Sally's with Sally. While Michael is exploring this antique store, he comes across some pictures. Michael's looking through these pictures and comes across someone that is strangely familiar. So it seems like the tall man has been in this town since the beginning of time. Kind of like It, but this was made like 10 years before Stephen King's It, so I guess they did it first. I don't know. Now that Michael knows this, he definitely is sitting in Sally's. He's going to help out his brother.
You have to take me home.
But why?
No questions. You must take me home.
While Michael's getting his ride ready, we cut back to Reggie. He's starting to hear things in the back of his ice cream truck. Hey, I start hearing something like that. Hey, keep the ice cream truck. I'm out. Jody's having a nightmare about the mortuary and the tall man. The tall man is in everybody's subconscious and has everybody on edge right now. Michael's in the car with Sally heading back to his place with this newfound information from the antique shop that the tall man has been doing this for a long time. As they're driving, Michael ends up seeing Reggie's truck and is like,
God, pull over.
Reggie's ice cream truck is on its side, and honestly, they really did our boy dirty, but Michael ends up getting out of the car to go check out what's going on. He checks out the back of the truck where they hid the hooded figure's body earlier, and the only thing that was left was a yellow handprint on Reggie's ice cream. Michael's hearing noises around the truck, so he does a light jog back to the car. He tells Sally to step on it, but of course, she's all like,
Michael, what is going on?
They start hearing these little things scurry all around the car, and then her friend is like,
What the hell's that?
Michael's already knowing what time it is.
Oh, shit.
This girl does the worst thing imaginable in this situation. She opens the door. These things hop up in the car and start whooping ass. They are tossing our boy Michael around in the back seat up until they toss him out the back window. Let me remind y'all, our boy is like 12 years old. Also, I think it's kind of hilarious that Sally drove away with those things in her car. They left our boy Michael in the middle of the street. But we are talking about Michael here, so he just pops up and runs on home like nothing happened with this score in the background that's hitting. Michael finally makes it home, and the first thing he does is grab a beer. Like, bro, you do not know what I just went through. Michael tells them they got Sally, Susie, and Reggie up at Morningside. Jody tells Michael to go to his room and stay safe. Michael ain't going for that.
I'm not letting you go by yourself. Let me go, God damn it!
Brotherly love.
You're never coming back, you goddamn bastard!
Jody tosses Michael in his room, literally, and MacGyver's the door shut. And of course, Michael's pissed. He's all like,
Open that damn door!
Michael sits at his desk weighing out his options, tossing around a shotgun shell when he realizes that he knows how to MacGyver some stuff too. The first shotgun shell hammer. Michael wastes no time blowing a hole in his door. A little overkill, but hey, we're here for it. With a crazy bass drop. All that just to get the screwdriver out of the door. Michael out of his room, the first thing he goes for is the strap. Michael and Jody fell for the oldest trick in the book.
I've been waiting for you.
The tall man grew his fingers back, picks Michael up with one hand, and throws him in the back of the hearse. Michael's been getting tossed around this whole movie. Jody just arrived at Morningside to put hands on the tall man. Little does he know, the tall man's at his crib, abducting his brother. Meanwhile, Michael's in the back of the hearse, trying to figure out a way to get out. You're not escaping anywhere trying to kick a window out like that. Like, come on, what was that? Then our boy remembers he's got the strap. Michael's got a plan. I think. Michael shoots out the back window, shoots out the tire, and then jumps out. I mean, he could have shot the driver, but, you know. Tall man wrecks the car into an explosion. Michael's a little menace. He took the tall man out all by himself. Or at least he seems dead to me. Or is he? As for right now, W Michael. At least Michael didn't have to run to Morningside. The tall man brought him right to it. We cut back to Jody and he's defiling his parents' gravesite. What Michael said earlier really stuck with him.
What about Mom and Dad?
He just ain't got the heart to look inside.
He has to be in there.
We cut back to Michael with a cool over-the-shoulder shot, something straight out of Halloween. Once Michael makes it in the house, we have a POV shot of the killer ball of death that killed the guy earlier patrolling the halls. Unknowing to Michael, he runs straight to his parents' gravesite and finishes what Jody couldn't, finding out that even his parents ain't in their grave. With all the screaming and running, Michael gets turned around and gets lost. Killer Ball of Death is heading right for Michael, and I think at this point, he just accepts his fate.
Oh my God.
And at the last second, Jody comes in and finishes the job. Michael goes to tell Jody about their parents' casket, but he ain't got the heart to tell him.
Jody,
Yeah?
I opened up his... Forget it.
Our boy Michael is literally mentally broken. Let's not forget, Jody did lock Michael in his room and got him kidnapped by the tall man. So I mean, he could be upset with him. The brothers keep moving along and they finally find the mysterious door from earlier. Finally, we're about to figure out what's going on. More good news, Reggie's alive.
No, I've been hiding in a casket playing like a stiff.
Maybe not the best place to hide, but it worked. We finally open the door and it's a white room filled with 50-gallon drums. We get a slow pan around the room and there's two metal rods sticking up in the middle of the floor. They all standing there like, you first. Jody makes his way into the room and checks out the containers.
Dwarfs.
This is where the Phantasm gets a little sci-fi. Michael walks up to the two rods in the middle of the floor and realizes his hand disappears between them. Quick flashback to the beginning of the movie when the fortune teller tells him, do not fear.
Don't fear.
Michael kneels next to the portal and of course gets sucked in. Michael sees these little dwarves hauling these 50-gallon drums to oblivion. Luckily, Jody grabbed Michael by his belt and pulled him out, but he was steaming.
They're using them for slings.
How exactly does he know that? I don't know. I think they're all in cahoots.
And they gotta crush them because of the gravity.
Mindless expedition dumps even happened in the 70s.
This is the door to their planet.
And these guys are all ready to go.
The worst possible thing imaginable is about to happen. The power goes out, leaving our characters in complete darkness. Michael realizes he has a lighter to light it up, just to be standing face to face with one of those dwarves. Jody says,
Over here, follow me.
Jody leaves Reggie in darkness all by himself.
Jody, where are you? Oh, shit.
I've been saying this whole time this movie feels like a dream. We are in full-on dream territory right now. Jody's outside looking for Michael, and lucky for Reggie, the power comes back on. Reggie walks over to the two rods sticking out of the floor, and there's a quick flashback to when he was tuning his guitar earlier. I like when a movie will give a frame or two of a flashback to show what the character's thinking. Reggie goes to put his hands on the rods, and we cut back to Jody outside. We got this blonde-haired sleazeball from the beginning of the movie behind Jody. Right when she's about to attack, Reggie puts his hands on the rods and literally takes her breath away. Reggie gets knocked on his back and all the barrels start getting sucked in. Reggie stays low to the floor and barely makes it out of the room. We cut to Michael. He's outside looking for Jody. The last time we seen him, he was taken by one of the dwarves, so we're not really sure how he got outside. With Reggie opening that portal, everything's getting sucked into it. Speaking of Reggie, he makes his way outside and finds the blonde girl laying on the lawn and decides, let me go help her. Reggie gets her in his arms and she looks at him like he just fell for the damsel in distress. She stabs our boy right in the gut. Our boy Reggie is left to bleed out by himself. We cut back to Jody and he's outside looking for Michael also. Jody finds Michael just laying on the ground and he tells him that they have to find Reggie. Little do they know, Reggie's out front bleeding out with the blonde girl and the tall man. I know, I thought the tall man was dead too. Michael sees Reggie, but Jody tells him it's too late to save him. Michael and Jody speed out of Morningside. They're a man down and they need to regroup. Then we see the mortuary do this. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that was, but it happened. Michael and Jody make it back to the house and Jody has a plan.
There's an old mine shaft
Tell me more.
by the end of Singer's Creek. 1,000 feet straight down.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Just gotta figure out a way to get him up there.
Michael's all tore up about Reggie.
Reggie's the last he'll ever get. Because we're gonna run that tall bastard straight down to hell.
All right, we are all for this plan. I was all for this plan until Jody suggests that they split up again for him to go set up the trap.
You go in and try and find some more ammo.
I wouldn't have went straight home. I mean, the guy just kidnapped me from there, but here we are.
I'm gonna haul ass over there and get rid of that warning barrier around the mine shaft.
Michael heads in the crib to make sure all the doors and windows are locked. Fell for the same trick twice. The tall man is outside again. Not just that, a window ain't gonna hold this guy back. We cut to Jody and he's working on removing all the warning signs for the hole. We cut back to Michael and he's just strolling around the crib. Tall man's like, why would I go through the window? I'll just blow the door out. Let's just take a look at this shot with the blue lighting. Fire. The only thing the tall man says to Michael is, boy. And that's Michael's cue to head out with a beat drop. This is probably the 5th or 6th time Michael's just on foot running. Tall man's chasing Michael and all in his head like,
You play a good game, boy. The game is finished. Now you die.
Michael has 2 gravestones that pop up in front of him, and at this point he says the only thing that makes sense. Michael runs past the gravestones to end up in some swampy waters with zombies. Alright, I guess I was wrong. Michael fights to get himself free and he goes for his knife. While Michael's trying to get his bearings, he's startled from behind by this B word. You guys know exactly how I feel about her after she killed our boy Reggie. Michael squares off with her but remembers he is on a mission to lead the tall man to the mine shaft, so he ends up dipping out on her. Michael climbed through the bushes and made it to a dirt road waiting for the tall man, which he arrives on cue. Tall man's really on Michael's back now, but he's almost to the mine shaft. Nice full shot right here. Tall man falls for the oldest trick in the book, a hole with a blanket over it. But we'll settle for the 5x5 hole. Tall man falls in the hole, grabbing Michael by his ankle. The way Michael pulls his foot away effortlessly is hilarious. The tall man falls down the hole screaming, followed by some rocks that are pushed by Jody down a hill that makes it into a 5x5 hole. I know, pretty crazy, wouldn't happen in real life, but we're here for it. Takes the tall man out. Michael looks at Jody up on the hill and Jody's raising his arms like they've finally defeated this dude. We fade out and we come back to Michael being in bed with his cheetah print pillow. We cut to Michael sitting next to a fire with Reggie talking. I told you guys we're in full-on dream territory. Michael's telling Reggie,
You know those rocks aren't gonna hold them. Not for long.
Reggie tells Michael,
What do you expect? You've hardly slept since the funeral last week.
we find out here that Jody was actually the one that was killed. Michael's convinced that the tall man has taken his whole family and he's after him now. Reggie ends up telling Michael something strange.
Mike, that tall man of yours did not take Jody away. Jody died in a car wreck.
At this point, we don't know what was a dream and what wasn't. We don't know if Michael's psychotic at this point. We don't even know if any of the thing in the movie was real or it was just all a dream. One thing for certain, Jody has definitely passed away. At this point, Michael's just trying to get a grip of reality. Reggie does the best he can to console Michael
I know you're scared, but you're not alone.
and suggests after everything that's happened, they should go on a road trip.
Why don't you and me hit the road for a couple of weeks?
Reggie tells Michael to get packed because they leave in the morning. With Reggie playing his guitar and Michael packing, he comes across a picture of Jody. We think that the ending of the movie might not be so bad for him. The tall man is standing in the corner of the room waiting for Michael. They completely Nightmare on Elm Street us by pulling Michael into the closet and the movie ending. With the Phantasm wrapping up so abruptly, we don't get any closure to anything that was going on in the movie. We don't know what was real and what was fake. Another reason why I say this movie feels like a dream. I hope you guys enjoyed my breakdown of the Phantasm. It's a movie that I really enjoy, and I'm not sure if my breakdown did it justice, so make sure you guys check it out for yourself. That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Go check out my shorts and keep it 100 in the streets. Call me whatever you want, but baby, just don't call the cops. Peace.
Okay. Well, get on upstairs, get your gear together. Let's leave when the sun comes up.